Hey guys, welcome back to Buzzer2Buzzer. All right, guys, so there have been a bunch of moves not only made in this previous free agency period, but also in the trade deadline, which has shifted the power and balances of many teams across the league. So today we're going to be talking about our clear-cut favorites, not only out of the Western Conference, but also out of the Eastern Conference to win it all. So without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys. So first, we're going to start off with the Western Conference. Now, I think we all know what we're going to be talking about today, but I'm going to start with the B, your clear-cut favorites to make it out of the West.
Yeah, so this isn't really any discussion for me. I know it's going to be the Lakers. The trades they've made, the players they've picked up, I mean, they're looking amazing right now. A key part of the problem of their last year's team is that they didn't have a lot of good players coming off the bench. I mean, now they have Montrezl Harrell, 6 man of the year, coming off the bench. Players like Marc Gasol, they got Dennis Schroeder, and obviously with LeBron and Anthony Davis. I mean, they won last year, so their team got even better, so I don't really see a reason why they wouldn't win this year as well.
I think the biggest difference here is not only did they get better, but they made the Clippers worse by taking away one of their key assets in Montrezl Harrell. He's the only player really on the Clippers that can guard AD, full court. And so, by taking him away from the Clippers, I think they got exponentially better. They definitely are the clear favorite from the West.
I completely agree. It's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. When you have two top five players, we're disregarding the rest. When you have two top five players in Anthony Davis and LeBron James, you're automatically the favorite to win any sort of conference, Western or Eastern, regardless of who else is on that team. And the bench that they have definitely does help a great amount. So it's a no question here.
Exactly, guys. You thought the Lakers were scary this season? Oh my gosh, just wait until next season. Oh my gosh, we're about to have so much more drama going on. The Lakers are coming back, running back 2.0. Not only are they coming back with LeBron and AD, hopefully about to re-sign, depending on how many years he's looking at, but they're coming back with Dennis Schroeder and most of all, Marc Gasol. Now, this is a huge signing. I feel like Marc Gasol, LeBron's never played with a center like Marc Gasol in the past. I mean, he's played with some people like Tristan Thompson, who's a good man inside the paint. He's also played with JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard last season as well. But he's never played with a center like who can do it all, not only on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, shooting three-pointers, getting involved in mid-range shots like Marc Gasol. I feel like their offense is about to be so much better, which is pretty scary to think about. And the rest of the league has a lot to be scared for. All right, guys, now moving on towards the Eastern Conference, where there has been a lot of moves, but it's a harder pick for sure to make as opposed to the Western Conference. I'm going to get started off with Arian, your pick out of the East.
I was originally going to pick the Nets, but I think after looking at the teams a little bit more, I think I have to go with the Bucks. I think the addition of Drew Holiday is really, really interesting move, and I think it's going to be a great move for them, especially because he can play defense. Chris Middleton, obviously, he's a great shooter. He's a great 3-and-D player, and then Giannis, obviously, back-to-back MVP. So I think they got really a lot better this year. I think they added size and defense, which should make them the favorite from the East.
My original two options were between the Bucks, but actually not the Nets. I was going to go with the Heat. They just came off going to NBA Finals, losing to the Lakers, and obviously didn't have Gordon Dragic throughout the entire series. When he comes back, I think that the team's going to be really good, but I'm also going to have to go with the Bucks like Arian. Drew Holiday, I think many people forget that he's an amazing player just because he was on the Pelicans this whole time, the team that not a lot of people talk about. I think that's why he can get a lot of attention. So when you have a big name like Giannis next to a player like him, I think he's going to get a lot of the respect he deserves. And I think that it's going to be an interesting combination. Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and Giannis. And I want to see how it works. I think they're going to go far.
For me, I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going to say the Boston Celtics here. Getting rid of Gordon Hayward was addition by subtraction. He was really taking away from that team, trying to get him touches, get him involved in the offense. And that's not the player they needed on that team. He's a good player, and that's a good team, but it wasn't the right fit. And all last year, we talked about the Celtics lacking a big man in the paint. And they got sort of an upgrade to what they had with Tristan Thompson. Hopefully he can return to what he was with the Cavs when LeBron James helped them win the championship. And he was great in that playoff series and even that season. And if he can be even remotely close to the Celtics team is going to be good.
Exactly. For me, it comes down to the Nets. No way. I don't see them going far as well. I truly do not believe that Katie and Kyrie, they're going to be a terrible combination. I feel like there's already so many locker room problems. They're probably going to make the playoffs because they got their two superstars. But do I feel like they're going to go deep? No way. But it's going to come down for me to the Heat or the Celtics. And I'm going to go with the Celtics. Last season, the Heat did advance to the NBA Finals, but I saw the Celtics in a different way. That young squad, we not only saw them, we've seen them go against LeBron James, Cleveland Cavaliers. They're 1 Game 7 away from making the NBA Finals. And last year, they although lost like 4-2 against the Heat in the playoffs, I still see a very bright future. We saw Jason Tatum getting that big contract. They got Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and now with the addition of Tristan Thompson, Harsh, like you said, him coming off, he's probably going to be starting, I believe, over Daniel Theis. Daniel Theis has been a person who's been able to get a lot of foul trouble. I feel like Tristan Thompson has that experience not only playing with LeBron and the Cavs and can translate that very well to allow for some success with the Celtics. All right, guys. Well, those are our picks for the favorite teams to make it out of the Eastern and Western Conference. As always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Who do you think is going to be the #1 favorites in both conferences? As always, guys, take care. Catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.